Live at the Alabama Renaissance Fair, and we are here at the Kozaky encampment, and we're going to speak with
Lena.
And Lena, would you just talk a little bit about who the Kozaky are and what you do here at the Alabama Renaissance Fair?
Well, we the Kozaky are basically the fair's mercenary troop. They hire us for guards and general mayhem. We do live steel sword fighting for our crowds and provide a educational bit here and there with all of the things in camp. We started almost 15 years ago. A group of musketeers came from Texas and Arkansas and started doing a live steel show here at our fair. We enjoyed it so much, we joined them, and it just kind of evolved into this. To give you an idea of some of the history stuff that we do, for instance, we have Opa and his granddaughter. He is our baker and resident expert on breads and jams and such, and he has different styles of bread from different periods of time, going from the medieval to the 17th century. You see? Like rolls and little cheese thingies. I'm not sure what's in there. More rolls.
And the hardtack right here.
And this is hardtack. This would have been kept on like ships in the Navy. And his little bread oven is another one of our blue fish.
Blue grouper from the Black Sea.
Blue grouper from the Black Sea. He is a Polish gentleman who was a tavern owner, and when his tavern got burned down, he joined us.
Yes.
We'll step over here to
Red Wolf Inn.
Red Wolf Inn. It's now just more mobile.
Yes.
Over here is some of the weapons that we use. We've got everything from shamshears, sabers, pitchforks, and a horse-jaw axe. And as you can see, we also have a black powder weapon, because we do use those, although we don't use them here because we're in the middle of city limits and people like their windows. You can see my dog. This is my dog. And this year our cannoneer has been the little white rabbit from the scavenger hunt that nobody found.
Ah! The Alabama Renaissance Fair did host a scavenger hunt this year, and the clues were actually tied to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So this is one of the well-hidden artifacts from that scavenger hunt.
Yes, we also had a very large jar of elderberries sitting on my area over here. Now, I do more than just the weapons and stuff. I'm also do things like weaving, as you can see from my nice wool here. Please ignore the yellow pins. I do sewing also. And if we'll step over onto this other section, I can show you where I've been doing some embroidery. We've been working with some wonderful, wonderful black silk thread, and I've just been working on a black work square. So it's been loads of fun. This year we had an addition to our encampment. Our lovely blacksmith here, although he's already taken his forge down, and his wife run a business called Lone Note Leather and Iron, and this is their first year selling at our Renaissance Fair. I think they did an awesome job because they worked all year and learned a lot of things over that time period. But that's us.
Now, I know in some years you've also talked about medicine.
Yep.
And the apothecary trade.
Yes, we have a apothecary apprentice. She's working with me. We are teaching her how to make tinctures and healing salves and anything else, teas, using herbal medicines and oils. We do a 17th century medical talk. covering a lot of that and some of the more interesting bits and pieces of history that you don't really hear about when you're in school, like people jerky being Egyptian mummies being used as medicine in the 17th century, which also continued on well into the 19th century. They thought that the mummy would help cure whatever illness that the person had if a piece of the person was taken from the mummy. The same part that the other person had a problem with, it would help cure them of it. Funnily enough, sometimes it kind of worked because in some of the tombs that they were actual real old ancient mummies, there's this bacteria that grows on mummies, and it's like penicillin. So if you weren't allergic to it, it could actually help you. It's one of the weird, interesting bits of history.
How long has the Kozaky been part of the Renaissance Fair?
Well, we've been here, I think, almost 15 years. It started out as Musketeer and Maidens and was the Musketeer and Maidens group for, I think, 5 or 6 years. And then we switched over to the Eastern European style of history, and we developed into the Kozaky.
Okay, and I know that people really enjoy the sword fights, and we uploaded a short video of some of your fighting earlier today. Do you do live steel?
Yes, all of the blades are actual steel. Now, we're nuts, not stupid, so we make sure that we edge and tip them, which means they don't have sharp pointy points and they don't have sharp edges, because fighting with those with no armor would just be dumb.
But it is so much more than sword fighting here in the Kozaky encampment.
It is great fun. Please come and see us next year.
We have had a wonderful day here at the Alabama Renaissance Fair. We're in our last hour. We will be closing officially at 6 o'clock, but we will be back next year, and we hope you join us.